What will you do when the silent beauty of space turn into a relentless battleground for survival? Join us as we dive into the heart-stopping narrative of Gravity, a cinematic masterpiece that takes us on a gripping journey beyond Earth. In the year 2014-2015, Dr. Ryan Stone, a biomedical engineer, embarks on her first space shuttle mission, STS-157. Her mission is seemingly routine, involving a spacewalk to repair a panel on the Hubble Space Telescope. Accompanying her is the charismatic and experienced astronaut, Matt Kowalski, commanding his final expedition. The tranquility of the mission shatters when Mission Control urgently directs them to abort their spacewalk and return to the STS due to a debris field from a Russian missile strike. The chain reaction has resulted in the destruction of satellites, and the debris is hurtling towards them. In a matter of minutes, they lose contact with Mission Control. High-speed debris strikes their space shuttle, sending it into a chaotic spin. Stone finds herself at the end of a boom arm, tethered to it. The debris breaks the robot arm off, forcing Stone to release her tether. In a panic, she's thrown far from the shuttle. Kowalski, equipped with a thruster pack, appears and tethers himself to Stone, guiding them back to the damaged STS. The shuttle's interior is a scene of devastation, and the crew, including Engineer Sheriff, has succumbed to the catastrophic damage. Kowalski, undeterred, decides their best chance for survival is to reach the International Space Station, ISS, approximately 100 kilometers away. With Stone's oxygen depleting, they float through space towards the ISS. With Stone's oxygen reserve running low, they float through space to the ISS. Kowalski engages Stone in conversation, learning about her tragic past. Her daughter's death in a schoolyard accident. Approaching the slightly damaged ISS, they see that its crew has already evacuated in one of the Soyuz modules, and that the parachute of the other Soyuz, designated TMA-14M, has accidentally deployed, making it impossible for them to return to Earth. Kowalski suggests using the Soyuz to reach the Chinese space station, Tiangong, which houses another module for their escape. With air and thruster fuel running low, they attempt to dock with the ISS. The tether holding them together breaks, and at the last moment, Stone's leg becomes entangled in the Soyuz's parachute lines. Stone grabs Kowalski's tether, just barely stopping him from flying off into space. Kowalski, knowing his momentum will carry them both away, and over Stone's protests, he decouples his end of the tether so that Stone can survive. The tension in the lines pulls her back towards the ISS. As Kowalski floats away, he radios her with additional instructions about how to get to the Chinese space station, encouraging her to continue her survival mission. Stone, devastated but determined, enters the ISS. She begins to get familiarized with the ISS when an alarm suddenly alerts her to a fire. She makes her way to the module where the fire is and attempts to put it out. But she is momentarily stunned when the force of the extinguisher thrusts her backward into the bulkhead. She recovers and knocks the flames down again and pushes through them towards the Soyuz. With the fire closing in, she closes the hatch, pulling in the fire extinguisher at the last moment when it blocks the hatch. She manages to extinguish the flames but faces further challenges, including entangled parachute lines and the destruction of the ISS by the debris field. Clinging to the Soyuz, Stone finds herself entangled again, this time with the ISS's rigging. In a Soviet spacesuit, she exits the Soyuz, releases the cables, witnesses the ISS's destruction, and aligns the spacecraft with Tiangong. She fires the thrusters, but the fuel gauge is wrong. The tanks are empty. Stone realizes she is stranded and she'll die. After listening to an Inuit fisherman named Aningak on the ground speak to her, she slows the oxygen flow, which will cause her to fall into unconsciousness from lack of oxygen before she dies. As she begins to lose consciousness, in a surreal moment, Kowalski suddenly appears outside, opens the spacecraft lock, and enters the cabin. He cheerfully asks her if she wants to live or die. He suggests her to use the Soyuz's landing rockets to reach Tiangong. As she returns to full consciousness, Kowalski is gone. Stone, following Kowalski's instructions, uses the Soyuz's landing rockets to navigate towards Tiangong by restoring the flow of oxygen and uses the landing thrusters to navigate towards abandoned Tiangong. She enters the Tiangong space station and makes her way through its interior to the Shenzhou capsule. The Tiangong station's orbit has deteriorated due to hits by the debris field, and it begins to break up on the upper edge of the atmosphere. Stone is unable to separate the capsule from the space station, and she resigns herself to her fate, whatever it may be, as the space station begins to break up. The Shenzhou capsule is broken off from the station, and Stone fires the device that separates the capsule from the rest of the spacecraft. As the capsule falls towards Earth, it rights itself and descends through the atmosphere. The radio crackles with traffic from Mission Control, who are tracking the capsule, ensuring her rescue. The chute automatically deploys, and Stone lands in a lake near the shore. The cabin is full of smoke, and after she blows the hatch, the capsule tilts, allowing water to enter.
Just when she thought she was safe, she's unable to exit the capsule.
The capsule sinks to the bottom with Stone inside. Stone finds a pocket of air inside the capsule and exits the capsule, shedding her spacesuit so she can get to the surface. Swimming to shore, she takes shaky steps, overcoming seemingly insurmountable odds. Gravity, a riveting tale of survival, resilience, and the human spirit, explores the depths of isolation and the triumph of the will to live against the backdrop of the vast and unforgiving cosmos. Thanks for watching. If you stay until the end, make sure to leave a comment on the story and like the video. Make sure to subscribe for more unbelievable story and see you in the next video.